Yo, what is up, guys? Andrew Pavia here, and I'm about to tell you 3 prospecting secrets to hitting 6 figures. So, my bold claim here is if you implement these tactics right away, you will be a 6-figure earner in no time. And I bet you're probably wondering, how can I be so confident that you're going to hit 6-figure income by deploying these tactics? Well, guys, the simple fact is I did it myself, okay? I'm not going to teach anything in these next few slides that I have not done myself and that wasn't a complete game changer for me. So the moment I figured these 3 things out, guys, my life started to change, and it resulted in some of my biggest months. Right here, we've got a screenshot of one of my biggest months. We did 18K. So the second reason that I'm confident enough to make these bold claims is because, you know, when I started teaching the system, I had students starting to crush the game as well. So, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep this training super short and sweet. One, because I'm sick. I'm over here having a down cough drops like it ain't nothing. And then I've spent, it's getting pretty late now, and I've been spending a lot of time on this slide PowerPoint, and I've got to get off to bed. So if you stay until the end, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how to implement these things that I'm talking about, the things that helped me build this business so quickly. I'm going to show you and tell you exactly what I did. So, guys, first things first. Secret number 1. It's all a numbers game, and weeping about your rejections is not going to get you anywhere. Tough skin wins every day, all day. So I want to tell you guys a quick story. So when I first launched my agency, now this is before I had any training or anything like that, I went out prospecting, and I was going door to door. This is before I knew of any other methods of prospecting. And I remember I met with like probably 20 or 30 different business owners that day. Well, it all ended up with me being at this car dealership in Columbus, and I go to the front desk lady and I say, hey, where can I talk to whoever's over the marketing budget, or whoever's over marketing? I think that's what I was saying at the time. Anyway, she pointed to this guy who was standing with these other two men. Okay, go tell mommy, hurry. So she was standing. She pointed me to this man who was standing with these other 2 men, and I go over there. I say, hey, are you Mr. So-and-so? He says, yes. And so I give him my quick little pitch, okay? It's about 30 seconds long. And you know, he let me finish, the complete thing. And then he looked me dead in my face and said, no. And then the other guys kind of chuckled. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty humiliated, and I wanted to give up right then. Because I just, you know, it was all new to me. I had no idea I had gotten no's all day, but that was probably the harshest no I had gotten, and I'm not gonna lie, it got me disheartened. Well, instead of going home, I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna go to one more place, and when I did, that client, that place that I went to go pitch actually ended up being my first client. The next place, after getting that hard no, I told myself I'm gonna do one more, and the next pitch, I landed at $2,000 per month. Now, obviously, I didn't land him on the first pitch, and that's part of what I'm going to share with you here. But, you know, I created that initial customer opportunity that day. After getting the roughest no, I continued to power through, and I was able to, you know, have tough skin and go see one more prospect. And it resulted in me landing my first $2,000 per month client. So secret number 2 is, guys, you've got to be willing to do the things that others won't do to achieve the things that others won't. And I know these things sound really cheesy, but it's extremely true. Guys, you got to take massive, massive imperfect action. Like, literally, when I was going out and doing the prospecting and stuff, when I first started my agency, before I had any really formal training on anything, I was just going out. I had no idea what I was doing. Guys, when I launched my agency, I was doing all kinds of unnecessary shit. Had no idea that you could get agreement templates online. So I hired a fucking lawyer on a credit card to write up agreements that I never used. I was, you know, paying for business cards. There was so much stuff that I was doing that was just extra stuff. Instead of having a lean business and starting off strong and only focusing on the things that mattered, I was taking massive imperfect action. But I was getting results because I was not scared. Because on the other side of this, you can be an over preparer, if that makes any sense. Preparer. There's such a thing as over preparing. You need to be willing to go out there and make mistakes so that you can learn and come back. Because guys, I'm not going to lie. Like, my mistakes are what made me so profitable because I learned. And when I learned, I was able to bring it back. But if you never go make those mistakes, you will never learn. And ultimately, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities because you're just not taking this massive action. So, hope that sticks with you well. So, number 3 is I would highly suggest that you have at least 2 points of contact. So, never pitch on the first touch. Remember how I said I didn't land that client? And now this is something that I didn't really know back then. But I did not land that client that I landed at $2,000 per month on the first touch. They were the last person I saw that day, but I actually pitched the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper brought it up to the vice president. The vice president gave me a call. It was like, hey, come in house. And we sat down together. And then we actually had another meeting after that. So it took me 3 meetings with these people to actually close them as a client. But it was life-changing for me. I landed that first client at $2,000 per month, which completely, it doubled what I was making already at another job that I was, doing. So I was able to quit, and that then and there I knew what I wanted to do. Like when I got that first yes, I knew immediately that entrepreneurship was for me, and we just started scaling after that. And so guys, what do I mean by bringing cold traffic to warm traffic? Now, I'm sure you've heard all of this before, but I feel like this is probably the biggest thing. And so bringing cold traffic to warm traffic means just going out and finding the people who are interested at first. Because the simple fact is it's really, really, really hard to close somebody on agency services on something that we were wanting to charge high ticket for on the first meeting. So what we do is we sift through first, and we set up a second point of contact. So we go outreach first, and we can do that through cold calling. We can do that through Facebook Messenger. We can do that through cold email. We can do that from door to door, but set up a second point of contact, right? So they already know something about us. And this allows us to position ourselves in a certain way during the sales meeting. So find, the people who are interested. And then when that traffic's warm now and they know a little bit about you, it's much easier to close them in a meeting. So how do you make cold traffic warm? So guys, I'm actually going to show you right now one thing that I did that helped me land 12 trial clients, which trial clients are very, very valuable. I know a lot of people say don't do anything for free, but I actually don't agree with that. I believe in getting our foot in the door first, showing the value, because honestly, agency work, if you're structuring it especially as a lead generation agency, just as well as I do, what we do is pretty much copy and paste, and it's not a lot of work on our end. And guys, it's not like we're out here doing physical labor. Yes, we may spend 30 minutes on a campaign, but Jesus Christ, like if you're at that point, yeah, if you're at the point where 30 minutes of your time is not worth setting up, a trial campaign for a potential client, then you're probably not even watching this training right now. Anyways, I hope that it made sense. It's getting late. So my whole point is be willing to run the trials. Get your foot in the door. Show them the value, and then, it just give them no choice but to hire you. They can't say no if it just makes sense, right? If you gave them profit if you gave them profit in 2 weeks, who knows what they could do with you in an extended period of time. So anyways, guys, move cold traffic to warm. This is one way that I was able to do that. So I sent out a cold email campaign. And so here's one quick hack for you guys. So if you go to d7leadfinder.com, you can actually type in like an industry keyword and a city name and get lead data, and it'll pull up a list of emails, phone numbers, all that good stuff of people in different industries in different cities. So you can actually extract that information. And here's one thing too, because I know a lot of people are worried about the GDPR. Cold email is fine if it's business to business. Now, this is one thing that I didn't know, and one of my students actually informed me, and it was actually really enlightening to know, is with all this stuff, because I don't know about you, but I really didn't look into the whole GDPR thing like that, and I really didn't know what it meant when all that stuff was going on. But from what I understood, cold email was like you couldn't cold email anymore. But that's false as long as it's business to business and not business to consumer. So this is a way to scrape a bunch of data of, business to business or business owner leads here. And so you can get a list of emails, you copy it, you can paste it into Mailshake, which is just happens to be the cold email software that I use. And Mailshake's really cool because it like shows you like open rates, and it teaches you how to structure the email, or it tells you when you're getting off and that it might hurt your conversions and stuff like that. Anyways, so what I did was I sent one cold email, and as you can see, we sent it to 967. We had a 24% opened rate and 3% clicked. So 33 people clicked out of those 967. 11 replied. Guys, I ended up landing 12 trial clients from this. And obviously it was huge for my business. I ended up landing several clients off of it. And it was great. But anyways, the whole point was I started off with cold traffic. I made this cold traffic warm by sending this email here. So it says $20,000 in new members from ... because obviously that headline would be extremely appealing to a business owner. I said, would you mind being a testimony for my business? My name is Andrew Pabia, and I own a Facebook ads agency called The Social Media Guy LLC. And I'm looking to gain more Anytime Fitness clients and hopefully land myself a spot on the preferred vendors list. So I have some corporate stuff. I'm working on a corporate deal right now with the biggest gym chain in the world, and I've got my foot in the door with the head of the FAC for the United States and the head of the FAC for Canada. And so I'm really just looking to seal the deal. And guys, even when I'm at that point in my business, I'm still offering, I'm still giving like value first. So, and I said, I wanted to see if you would be interested in letting me get you a ton of new members in exchange for a video case study to bring to corporate. I won't charge you a dime. You just pay for ads. I said, I usually charge between $1K and $5K per month for this service, but I will do it for no charge in exchange for a video testimonial. All my clients have seen amazing results. I even got one Anytime Fitness $20,000 return on investment in 35 days. And then I say, click here to see the 20K case study. And so they go to this thing. They see my case study and the testimonial with one of my clients. And then I said, and this I think was the real kicker here. I said, and this is why it pays to have video testimonials and offer trials for video testimonials, and just to be able to have that social proof, right? I said, if you're still skeptical, feel free to check out this case study or call my previous Anytime Fitness clients. Then I listed 2 Anytime Fitnesses for them to call. And I said, thanks, Andrew. And that was literally it. It was a 1 email sequence. Like it was nothing to it. And we ended up landing a couple of clients off of it. And it would have never happened if I didn't make cold traffic warm and try to set up an appointment with these people, right? So guys, find a way to get your foot in the door, make cold traffic warm by setting up a first point of contact. And then, and so obviously this here is going to push them to either reply to me, give me a call, because in my signature, I had my phone number. So I actually got a couple of calls from these different gyms that I was prospecting to. And yeah, it ended up being all from 1 email, right? And so literally a breakthrough could just be an email away, a cold outreach away. And as a matter of fact, I want to leave you with something. Before I hop off here, because I'm starting to feel sicker. Anyways, I need to take some medicine. But this is what I suggest to you. I suggest that you do cold email and you do cold calling. Actually, no. Don't say that. I say you take a week, you find out what you're good at, try everything, spend a whole day doing everything, find out what you really like doing, and double down on that. And while you're doubling down on that, build cold email campaigns and have them running in the background. That way you're creating as much customer opportunity as possible. And here's another thing. You need to, 80% of your time needs to be on the thing that's going to make you the most money. And so the thing that's going to make you the most money right now in your agency is prospecting. So if you're watching this video, I cannot stress to you enough, take massive action. Like go back through the steps and make it a part of you, because when you do, I promise you things will start to change for you. Like one huge thing for me was taking massive imperfect action. That was actually a huge breakthrough for me. And it's so funny because I got that from a piece of it was a live video from Marley Bird or Buyer. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but that girl actually has no idea that video changed a lot for me in my business. And so, guys, that's another thing too. when you start seeing success, share your message. Get on live, tell people, like, share your experience, because you never know who's listening that could ultimately benefit from what you have to say. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you. I really hope you enjoy this training. These things completely changed my life, and I know they will for you too if you implement. But you have to implement, guys. You have to take massive imperfect action. Anyways, thanks so much if you watched the full video and listening to my sick voice. Have a blessed one. Be easy.